Well, good morning everyone. Welcome to a lovely sunny Thursday morning on the allotment. I thought I'd do a quick walk around and update because I haven't done that for a little while, and we've had a little bit of rain, quite a lot of warm weather, so things are really kind of picking up. As you can see, potatoes, these are my earlies, this row and the row over there to the right, they're doing really well. Second earlies and main crop a little bit behind, but then they went in a bit later, so that's kind of to be expected. Carrots in a bag, excuse me Wilson, I just show people the carrots are doing really well. I don't know how much you can see down there, probably not a lot, not ready yet, but great set of leaf on them. This bag, I only did this last weekend. It's a second bag, a bit more of an experiment. Half carrots on this side, and this is a kind of mixed traditional variety, so there's purple ones and white ones in there, as well as orange and yellow. And then on this side is some kind of cut and come again salad leaf, so just see how that works. I suspect the salad leaf might get a bit crowded out by the carrot tops, but we'll see. The leeks are doing really well. There's a few, I think there's one there that hasn't, something's happened to that, it's disappeared, and I think there's another one in my shadow, so it's about there, that has also disappeared. But otherwise I think that's the only two that I've spotted that have either not started to grow or, you know, have seemingly vanished. I suspect they've just died, and there were a few in there that were a little bit smaller and didn't look like they were going to do much, but there were more in the thing than I'd expected anyway, so I'm not too bothered. Right, oops, just trip over the dog's lead. No, I can't remember the order, but I think it's something like cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, and then I know it's kale, cavolo nero on the end. So you can see broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and to a lesser extent the cauliflower. I don't know why, but the broccoli and the cabbage seem to be doing well. The cavolo nero only went in last weekend, so see if we can get a bit more of a close up. They seem to have taken, partly due to probably the fact that when it's been so hot I've been down watering every day, and then we had a really good downpour yesterday for most of the day, so it's doing well. Right, let's have a look at some other things. Row of lettuce, they went in weekend before last and germinated almost immediately, so that's good. Row of turnips, which I need to do some thinning this weekend. Row of radish, again need a bit of thinning but also some harvesting. Row of parsnips, they're doing quite well. I'm going to leave them for a bit longer because parsnips notoriously don't germinate very well anyway, but it looks like they won't need a huge amount of thinning, so they should be alright. Rainbow chard, just so Dale can see. Can't remember the date that I planted this, but I'll have it in my notebook, so if I remember I'll put it on the screen. But that's doing quite well. That was just planted straight in the ground. It did have a plastic cover over it initially, when we were still getting cold temperatures. Bit of a failure here. This was a row of, well, it's never been a row of anything. It was sown as rocket, but it hasn't taken off, so I'm going to have to do something about that. I'll probably plant some more this weekend. I didn't plant all the seed, and so I've got some left. And then under the hoops, row of beetroot, which is not great, so I'll probably put some more in. Might even do kind of half and half on this bit here. The broad beans that I planted at the end of the rows, they've not done very well. You can see a couple of plants there, a couple of plants there, but I think I did at least 6 on the end of certainly these first 3 rows, possibly 4 rows, and there's only one which you probably can't see, is right down the end there. on this, so they've not done very well. The other ones that I planted in between the overwintering ones, which are these, are doing quite well. They've seemed to have germinated fairly well. And I've got, let me see if let's go around here, you can see it a bit better. Already got, on the ones, these are the overwintering ones obviously, already got pods forming quite well. I did go round, terrible video photographer standing in my light. I don't know whether you can see, I pinched all the tips out, certainly the ones that are finished flowering and have got pods on. I do that, it stops black fly, allegedly, and it does seem to work. So basically the tips are what the black fly love, because they're kind of nice and sweet and tasty for them. So if you pinch the tips out, you kind of basically remove their food supply. I have got a bit of black fly. There's some on this one, for example. You can see quite a lot of black fly on the stem. So I'm going to just pinch that tip out, put it just down on the ground. I normally just put them on the compost bin, so I'll pick that actually. Won't pick it up because I'll forget, so I'll take it with me. And again, similarly, these are doing the same. So I think, I don't know, I'm possibly thinking next year I might not overwinter any and just put them in the spring. Seems I've had success with overwintering ones, but this year doesn't seem to be one of those, so we shall see. This is the kind of errant parsnip patch. These were sown last year, I think, and they didn't seem to do anything, and then all of a sudden they germinated. So I'm just leaving them to see what they do, basically. Probably see, well, you probably can't see, but there is a stick there, and down by my feet, which I think I've just trodden on, a marker. That was something called Mizuna, which is a bit like rocket. I'm going to have to sow it again, because basically I sowed it and it seems to be very susceptible to hot weather. I probably left it too late in the year to sow, actually. I deliberately left it because I thought I wanted to make sure it germinated, because I only had the one packet of seed. I did only sow half the packet, but it seems like it germinated really quickly, like within 24 hours. And then, although I came down and watered it, it just got scorched over the next day. And has consequently all died off, so I can't even kind of show you where it was, because it's gone. So I think what I'm going to do is sow the rest of the packet, and then just make sure I do it when I can come down, certainly the first few days at least, and water it every day. Otherwise, the same thing's going to happen again. More brassicas in this net. This is my second lot of brassicas. What they're barking at, somebody walking by, that's it. Cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Same variety of Brussels sprouts I had last year, which didn't do anything, if you remember. But these went in day before yesterday, so we'll see how they get on. Guys. And then sweet corn, with fancy net curtains around, basically because I ran out of EnviroMesh. I'm chancing it a bit putting it in this early, but I figured if I put some cover around it, it would probably be okay, and it seems to be, fingers crossed, doing alright. So now French climbing beans and runner beans. One on one side and one on the other. I think these are the French climbing beans, and they're the runner beans. These were sown weekend before last, and they're just coming through now, so I think hopefully I've got the timing just about right. They've not all come up yet. I think I put 2 or 3 around each stick, so you can see, there's one that you probably can't see there that looks like it's been nobbled by a slug. So yeah, that was basically the idea, was 2 or 3 around each one, and if I only got one, that was great. I've got some more at home, just in case these don't make it, so that should be fine. I just sort of fruit patch doing really well. There's already gooseberries forming on the gooseberry bush. I'm going to need to net that area soon, otherwise the birds will have all my fruit, which will be a shame. I don't mind feeding them, but I'd rather not feed them with stuff that I'm going to eat. And rhubarb, again, I'm standing in my own light. Rhubarb's doing really well. We've got 3 or 4 different rhubarb crowns there, and we've had a couple of meals. In fact, if you go onto my website, tontowilliams.com, you'll find a rhubarb recipe on there, which is basically stewed rhubarb. It sounds like school dinners, but I really like it, and it's one of the kind of, short of rhubarb crumble, one of the best things you can do with rhubarb, I think. Shallots and heat treated onion sets are doing well. Big dandelion there I need to get out at the weekend. And then these are the overwintering onion sets, so some of them need a good weed, but bulbing really well. Some of them a little bit smaller, but they're doing well. These 3 rows went in whenever, September, and these 2 and a bit, there's half a row up there, went in the early spring. They overwintered indoors, and in fact what I need to do, some of these are trying to flower, so I'm going to pull them off. I don't want them to flower just yet. In fact, I don't want them to flower at all, so pull that off. Yeah, so I think, have we been all the way around now? We have, because we're heading back to potatoes. That's about it. So, quick update. As I say, there's a few bits and pieces on my website, tontowilliams.com, so do go and have a look at that. And as you can see, there you go, gooseberry, fruits on the gooseberry, doing really well. So yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. As you can see, the scarecrows are back.